Ted season two just hit on Peacock this past week. This, of course, is the prequel show to the original first two Ted movies, which came out around a decade ago. In season two, it is now senior year in high school for Ted, once again voiced by Seth MacFarlane, who's also the creator of the show, as well as John Bennett, played by Max Burkholder. They're figuring out things. Does John have a future? What does college look like? All of those situations in college. We also follow the Bennett family once again. Maddie, played by Scott Grimes. Susan, played by Alana Ubach, and Blair, played by Georgia Wiggum, as they're in these unbelievable scenarios that they have to get themselves basically out of. The show this season is 8 episodes long. The longest episode of the season is 36 minutes. The shortest is 31 minutes. So welcome back, everyone, to a brand new TV show review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Denimber. We're talking Ted Season 2. So if you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, so notified when my videos hit this channel. I do movie, TV show reviews, out-of-theater reactions, box office breakdown shows. I do all these type of videos. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please, it would really mean the world to me. Comment down below. What are your guys' thoughts on Ted Season 2? Do you think the show is better than the movies? Are you sad, happy that the show is ending with a Season 2? And are you excited for that spin-off sequel animated show that's going to hit Peacock later in 2026? Love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So I did do a review of Ted Season 1 2 years ago. If you're not familiar with the channel, Ted 1, the first Ted movie, is one of my favorite comedies of the last 15 years. It's really good. I grew up with Seth MacFarlane comedy, so I'm a big fan of Family Guy and American Dad and Ted, obviously. I'm very mixed on Ted 2. There's good bits in Ted 2 more than an actual cohesive story that I care about in Ted 2. And then Ted Season 1 really blew me away. I was not really like, I was kind of nervous that doing a prequel Ted show, how would it work? Would it feel like a cheap version of the movies? But it really did not. Nothing about this show feels cheap. So I was blown away by how much I loved the first season of Ted. I think it's as good or even better than the first film. Obviously better than Ted 2, which was great. So I was definitely, of course, very excited for another entry into this Ted prequel show. And once again, I found this to be a really excellent season of television. I didn't find it as good as season one. Like, I love season one. I think season two has like 2 episodes that I'm mixed on. That kind of has my issues of Ted 2, which is there's a couple episodes in here where there's 2 episodes in particular. I was like, there's some really amazing laugh out loud moments in those episodes. The actual story going on is not that funny to me at all, but there's bits in there I like. But I still think on the whole, it's still a really excellent season of television. Just like the first season, what really grounds the show is that you do care about all 5 family members on the show. You care about the Bennett family. They each have their own unique character trait that makes them separate from each other. I still think Maddie, played by Scott Grimes, continues to just steal scenes in the show. He is so funny. He's obviously not the most politically correct person on the show, but he's insanely hilarious, very over the top. I think Scott Grimes is one of, if not the funniest part of the show in season 2. Obviously, Ted, voiced by Seth MacFarlane, is always the MVP of anything because he's, of course, Ted. The animation is just unbelievable on the show. The CGI they use for the teddy bear looks so real. You're never really thinking to yourself ever that this looks bad. That's a credit to the show. Obviously, it was learned that that's why a Ted season 3 is probably not going to happen because of how expensive the show is, having to animate Ted per episode. It's like 5 to 10 million an episode, I think Seth MacFarlane said. So it makes it an extremely expensive show, but you can see the money on screen. It's really, really well done CGI and seamless on how Ted fits into the show. I think Max Burkholder, once again, is really good as John. Again, he had tough shoes to fill in as the prequel version of Mark Wahlberg, but he's done such a great job. It's honestly my favorite version of John Bennett compared to the movies as well. Georgia Wiggum and Alana Ubach are also really good as usual. There are a couple scenarios that I thought were great in the season. There's a great Dungeons and Dragons episode where they kind of world build, I'll just say, with that particular episode. I thought that was really well done. My favorite episode of the season, though, by far was the episode 5, which is where Ted and John are in the school play because John is trying to get into college, but he has no activities like outside of school activities that he actually does. Like he goes home, he just right after school's over. So there's this whole episode where he's trying to get with this girl, but he's doing it for the play, and him and Ted are these guards. It is a phenomenal episode. 2 or 3 of my favorite laughs ever as a fan of this franchise were in that episode. Found it to be just really, really funny episode. But the whole season is a really good job of giving you these scenarios, even just like Family Guy, where these over the top things happen, but they always end with a really good message. And this show shockingly does tackle some really heavy messaging, especially with episode 6 and 8 with the season about today's climate, about how people handle particular things. Don't get into spoilers on what those topics are, but they don't go there where it's overbearing. Again, no pun intended. But I do think they did it in a nice, respectful way, still in a funny, playful way, but also at times needing to be serious. I thought the show balanced those tones very well in those 2 particular episodes, episode 6 and 8. It's an enjoyable show. I laughed throughout every single episode of the show. I really wish this could continue because I care and love this cast of characters so much. I think it's easily the best assembled cast of characters in the Ted franchise. And if this is the last time we ever see these characters together again, like these versions of the characters ever again, I think that's kind of sad, but I totally get the reasoning on why they can't continue on. I don't think it's as good or as fresh as the first season. I said for me, the episodes 1 and let me find it, episodes 1 and 7 were episodes that from a story perspective, I didn't find that funny. There were good bits in there. But the actual story, I just did not care about the situations of those 2 episodes in particular. And there weren't episodes like that for me where I didn't care what was going on in season 1. So I will say season 1 is a better season of television to me than season 2, but it's not like there's a big, massive drop off. I still really enjoyed Ted season 2. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars, guys. I am going 78% for the new season of Ted on Peacock. What are you guys' thoughts on this show? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.